Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked where I climb the online VGC 20 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Today we're trying out a super fun team. This was built by a player called Geovanni Polanco, who was able to make it through the Latin America Players Cup Qualifiers undefeated with this team. Geovanni's one of the 16 competitors in the Players Cup Finals. That actually will be streamed next weekend on Saturday and Sunday, and I'm actually one of the commentators for that tournament, so you guys should definitely tune in. It is a very exciting tournament and features definitely some of the best players in the world, especially in Series 5. So yeah, hope to see some of you guys there, but Geovanni created, I think, one of the most interesting teams, and in my opinion, the most interesting qualifying team out of all the qualifying teams, featuring Pokemon like Drapion and Lilligant. We actually used Lilligant+Torkoal going into VGC 2017. It was on the very first team that we had. So kind of cool to get to try those out again. But, I mean, there's so many other cool things on this team, like Assault Vest Urshifu, Sniper Scope Lens Drapion. This is not Crit Kiss, this is Crit Drapion. And then P2 and Hatterene to close things out. So I've linked Geovanni's Twitter in the description below. He also created a team report for this and a paste, so feel free to check it out. Linked in the description below. And once again, huge congratulations to him for qualifying for the Players Cup Finals. Really excited to see how he does in the Grand Final. So let's just get started with today's episode. I do apologize. I know I'm posting this episode super late if you're from the US in Eastern time. But I have not missed out on a daily upload for about over a month now, and we've pretty much been doing daily uploads ever since the DLC came out. So it's pretty much been, what, like 2 months of daily uploads? And I don't want to miss out on that yet, so we're going to just keep going, and had a long day. It's been a long, busy day, but, you know, wanted to try out this team and see, you know, what it has to offer, because I think it's a really cool team. So let's just jump into today's episode. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching Road to Ranked. Thank you for consistently coming out and tuning into the content. I really appreciate it. Question of the day, I want to know, what do you think about Drapion? Because, you know, I was like, I need to try out this team because I've just never even seen Drapion used in competitive before. Talk about a cool team we're going up against today, too. That should be very exciting. So, yeah, let's jump into it. So we're going up against, like, Hyper Offense, but I think, like, Lilligant+Torkoal is actually really good here. Drapion is really cool, but I don't know if it actually is the right Pokemon to bring here, because my opponent doesn't have, like, the Rillabooms or the Togekisses. Instead, Lilligant can just go for After You Eruption immediately. Let's see. Urshifu. I can... Let's see. I have like a late game Trick Room option because, like, Hatterene and Urshifu are the two Pokemon that max most of the time with a team like this. I feel like Trick Room is actually really good. Like, if I Trick Room with Porygon, then Hatterene can kind of sweep through. Assault Vest Urshifu is tempting to bring just because it's AV Urshifu, but I think Hatterene under Trick Room destroys my opponent's team. So, yeah, let's jump into the first game of today's episode. As always, if you guys enjoyed, please show your support by leaving a like in the video. I'd really appreciate it. And, yeah, I hope you've been having fun with the uploads recently. You know, we joined the WBE, which has been a real big blast. So if you haven't seen the yesterday's episode, which kicked off the season, definitely check that out. Like I mentioned, I've been commentating the Players Cup. A lot of those VODs are actually on Pokemon's YouTube channel. And, yeah, the Players Cup Finals is this next weekend. So, you know, it's been really fun to be a part of that. And, cool. Let's get things started. So, Torkoal Braviary. I don't know. I mean, After You Eruption seems really good here, honestly. Oops, we don't want to After You that. Make sure if you're using this team to After You the right Pokemon. Yeah, let's go for After You Eruption turn 1. If we go for After You Eruption, might just be able to pick up a knockout if they don't max. They don't max. Interesting. Braviary is going to protect. So what's Volcarona going to go for? Quiver Dance? I think it probably survives this, but... even if it, you know, at best, I guess it gets a Heat Wave off, which would do a lot of damage, because Torkoal's special defense, not exactly the greatest. But it should be a ton of damage. Yeah, almost a knockout. String Shot? Torkoal dodges it, though, but Lilligant's the one that we want to hit that. Huh. Interesting. I don't really mind that too much. I mean, I've got Burning... oh, no, sorry, I don't have Burning Jealousy. I have Heat Wave. Volcarona's going to outspeed us now. We're at -2. So I could just switch Lilligant out and go into P2 or Hatterene. I don't want to After You again. Could also just Sleep Powder. Or even Leaf Storm Heat Wave. I don't mind that, honestly. Because you have to double up on Lilligant to pick up a knockout here. If you double up onto it, that's great for us. Oh! It's Zoroark. Very cool. Okay. So that means there's a Braviary in the back, right? I could have protected there maybe and gone for Heat Wave instead, but lucky dodge for us there. Might mean that we even one-shot the Zoroark now. Almost a one-hit KO, but yep, it is going to be Zoroark indeed. But we knock out the Volcarona, which is great. I can probably just switch in the Porygon now. Although Hatterene's actually pretty interesting as well, because there is the threat of Urshifu in the back. I've got Ally Switch on this Mon, though. But I think we're going to go Porygon here. We know there's a Braviary, so the big question is, what is my opponent's fourth Pokemon? It is Urshifu. Huh. Okay. Get a special attack boost as well. I don't know, man. I think, like, just Trick Room here. Like, I want to Ally Switch. But then you double up into the Torkoal slot. That might just be a knockout. So, I'll Trick Room here and just Heat Wave again. If you don't max the Urshifu, that just kind of gets dunked on, right? I mean, there's probably a Focus Sash somewhere here. The Braviary in the back is not a threat. This is just a really interesting team. Volcarona, Zoroark. Okay, he has Taunt. Alright, that's fine. I don't actually think that's too much of a problem. He's gonna Wicked Blow. I don't think this KOs us, though, does it? It does. Okay. Ally Switch Heat Wave would have been a winning play there, then. So I gotta bring out the Hatterene now. I think you probably double up. Taunt was too obvious there. Yeah, I should have Ally Switched, I think. I was just worried about like a close combat Dark Pulse double up, but we can't even Ally Switch anymore, so I think just Thunderbolt into Zoroark, max, and go for Smite onto the... Yeah. So we're not going to max, so I think Braviary obviously maxes at this point. I gotta say, Zoroark was actually really cool. Nice Protect turn 1, so Protect, Snarl, Taunt, and then probably like Dark Pulse or something as the fourth. Tricky, tricky, tricky. But I could have played that. If I just gone Ally Switch Heat Wave last turn, would have probably just been game right there. Okay, Zoroark Snarls. We don't take that much damage. It's probably going to be a Wicked Blow. Actually, probably should have doubled up onto the... Yeah, Wicked Blow. Doubled up onto the Urshifu slot. Because I don't think Zoroark's actually that much of a problem, and I think it's likely going to be Assault Vest. Or sorry, Focus Sash. But I will confuse it, right? And I have Thunderbolt into Braviary. Oh, it's not a Focus Sash or AV. I mean, it might be AV. It's obviously 4x weak to Fairy. Okay. Huh. So now you bring out Braviary, and the question is, obviously you have to respect the hat, right? The Braviary is going to max. So, like, I'm leaning towards just Thunderbolt here. There's only one turn of Taunt left, too, so I can just Trick Room. I think Thunderbolt here and Max Guard is okay. Just if he makes the read and just Knuckles into Porygon outright. Maybe I actually could have gotten away with... Actually, the more I think about it, the more I think it's better to just attack with both. If I call this turn correctly, I think we probably win. But if I call it incorrectly and they Knuckle into Porygon, that's really bad, right? So, like, what I could have done was just attack with both, and even if you knock out the hat, I get Trick Room up the next turn, and the Braviary can't one-shot me. And then once Trick Room is up, I can click Recover. But, once again, I think my opponent maybe has to respect the Hatterene here, and so they're just going to target it down anyway. That being said, this Max Guard is super, super obvious, so they might read into it. Max Strike, interesting. Okay, yep. Good target. It's not much damage into Porygon, though, honestly. Like, not even I think Porygon wins this for us, actually. I think, like, Knuckle would have been stronger from my opponent there, but... unless it's Weakness Policy. Oh, no. Is it Policy? Okay, it's not. We're good. So, yeah, if I attacked with Hatterene there, would have just been game over, but this actually ends up working out okay anyway, because Porygon should actually win this. This Pokemon is so good in this format, because I can just Trick Room now. I could even Ally Switch. I think I'd rather... Trick Rooming is safer, because then I can just recover and then Thunderbolt wins the 1v1. Yeah, I'm Trick Room G-Max Might here. Okay, another Max Strike. Into Porygon, wow. Okay, that's even easier for us then. I mean, obviously they were just hoping to pick up a knockout, which makes a lot of sense because they need to deny the Trick Room here, but I mean, this is why Porygon is so good. We did get a couple of lucky dodges in the beginning of the game, so I don't know if I feel like I played this like super well, but I gotta say, it's the first time I've seen Zoroark, and it's actually maybe the best use of Zoroark I've seen thus far. It's got the Lumberry, but that's fine because I get Trick Room up. So, I actually probably should have gone for Mindstorm, because then I set up Terrain, and then I can just go for Expanding Force the subsequent turn. But to be honest, I think this game is over anyway, given that neither of my Pokemon have fainted thus far. I'm pretty sure a Thunderbolt... Actually, yeah, we can just double up for KO here. Braviary doesn't have any Prio. Both of these do the same amount. Expanding Force is cooler because it's a new move, so let's just go for that. Yeah. Nice. I don't know, my opponent didn't have much offense. String Shot Volcarona with the Zoroark lead was super interesting. So that was cool to see. Overall, I think definitely a cool team to go up against, but Lilligant+Torkoal was actually an incredible lead here. I mean, if we just one-shot, it would have been really nice. I could have maybe double protected turn 1, but obviously I thought it was actually Braviary out there, so I was like, Braviary could Tailwind, that's not great for us. So we got a win with Lilligant+Torkoal, which is a good start. Ideally in this episode, I'll be able to bring out the Urshifu and the Drapion as well, but we'll be playing 3 episodes with this, including today, so hopefully throughout the course, some of it will come out. So, let's see. But I gotta say, yeah, you know, like, the only time I've ever seen Drapion is in, like, Draft League. So I was like, the fact that Geovanni made it work, I think is super impressive. This is a hardcore rain team. Huh. So I think AV Urshifu is actually very good here. Yeah, it's not a great Drapion day. No Rillabooms, no Togekisses, but hey, we're going up against cool teams, so I can't complain about that. Now Lilligant has Sleep Powder pressure. I mean, Torkoal's a must-bring either way. I really want to max Urshifu here, but I don't have, like, redirection, so, you know, like... Oh, there's no Fairy. The most damage my opponent does super effective-wise is going to be the Kingdra. I don't know. Porygon, like Urshifu, Hat Torkoal is a really interesting mode here. Lilligant, solely for Sleep Powder, has value. I think there might be... I mean, I don't think Goggles is going to be on the Scizor. I would expect Life Orb or Choice Band, but it could be. Let's try out the Assault Vest Urshifu, though. I think... Hat, or like, if we get a Trick Room, Hat plus Torkoal looks really good here too, right? I just think Drapion, as much as I want to bring it, once again, you want to bring Drapion out in matchups where it has super effective damage, right? If you have Pokemon that are weak to it, but in this matchup, there's just nothing for it. But we got to check off another Pokemon off the box in Assault Vest Urshifu, so just gotta really want the Drapion for the last one. Porygon and Scizor. That's incredible for Urshifu, I would say. Okay, and Porygon gets the download boost off first. Is going to get a special attack boost. So, do I want to set up Trick Room here? Because, like, they could get Trick Room. Politoed is definitely going to be in the back for my opponent. I kind of want to just Thunderbolt Close Combat turn 1 into Porygon, because that thing is more annoying than anything, if you ask me. I don't know. I could just go for, like, Surging Strikes T-Bolt. I don't think Scizor really scares me here, though, right? I guess I could Swords Dance. Yeah, actually, Surging Strikes into that slot is really safe. Yeah, I'm going to double up on Scizor, actually, because I don't think Porygon puts on any offensive pressure. I mean, it could have Thunderbolt, but whatever. Okay. You just get the Surging Strikes off. No protects, no switches. But, I mean, that's why I wanted a Surging Strikes, right? Like, Porygon can heal back damage. Surging Strikes is going to do a ton here. Unfortunately, without a special attack boost, I don't think it KOs, Thunderbolt KOs, but it will put it in KO range, I think, from another Thunderbolt, which is nice. X Scizor just comes out. Okay. Into Urshifu. That's not a lot of damage. And they just Thunderbolt. Nice. Okay. And you can see the beauty of Assault Vest Urshifu as we survive there with 39. So I get the Thunderbolt off, and that will be a KO the subsequent turn. I don't think Bullet Punch KOs us here, right? So what I want to do is... I mean, if I get rid of Scizor, doesn't Hatterene just win this? I would think so. Could even Ally Switch here to be a little cheeky. Yeah, I think Ally Switch Surging Strikes here is actually really safe. There's no way you Bullet Punch into the opposing slot, and I knock out Scizor, and now you don't have Steel-type attacks for Hatterene. Bullet Punch. Ooh. I guess... Wow, I mean, I'm impressed. I don't know if they read the Ally Switch. I did, like, retweet this team earlier, so I'm curious if anyone's, like, found out about the team already. Plus, obviously, yeah, it's just a really interesting team. Maybe they've already run into it on ladder. T-Bolt. Okay, well, that ends up working out for us. We do take a crit, though, which is a lot of damage, but it's okay. No more Prio from the opposing end. And it's going to be Kingdra. That's fine. Yeah, because my Urshifu will outspeed Kingdra, so the only way you outspeed is if you switch out into Politoed right now. So I can actually just close combat into the Porygon and Trick Room here. I haven't seen a Rain team this high up on the ladder, though, so it's kind of cool to see that. Yep, so Porygon switches out, but that's fine. Because now I get Trick Room up, right? And I have Weather Control. And I can actually just bring in the Hatterene and just G-Max Smite into Kingdra. If my opponent's smart, I think you actually don't max Kingdra here, and you just go for Muddy Water. But they actually commit... Oh, I see what they're going for. I think they might try to snipe the Porygon with the 1-8 KO here, but I don't know, man. I think Porygon might even survive this. If Porygon survives, I think it's game over, because Hatterene comes in and we just win with that. You're not doing any damage with Porygon and Politoed. I have to respect the late game Perish Song option on Politoed, though. Just gotta watch out for that. Okay, Scizor, yep. Is it enough to knock out Porygon? This Pokemon is so good. It is actually so good. And we get a close combat off, and that does so much damage, and I get Trick Room up now. It's beautiful. Okay, it has a Berry, though, so I don't think Thunderbolt's KOing, unfortunately, in the subsequent turn, but I think that's fine. I actually have a bunch of options I can go for here. This game actually isn't over yet because I've taken a lot of damage on Urshifu and Porygon. Another Geyser will KO us. One play we could make, though, is Urshifu out into Torkoal and recover. Because I don't have Water Resist right now, right? So I am in threat of taking a lot of damage here. I think you Scald into Urshifu. And then max into Porygon. Yeah, I don't mind going out into Torkoal here and recovering, I think. It sets up the... I mean, they'll change the weather again with a Geyser, but I actually think that's fine at this point in the game. Because then Torkoal outspeeds, and I can, like, get a Yawn off. I don't know. Maybe I should fish for the free switching into Hatterene, actually. That might be smarter. But I want Porygon to survive because I'm at risk of getting double knocked out if I don't recover and switch out this turn. Just gonna Scald. Okay, yep, into Torkoal. That's fine. And should be a Geyser into Porygon here. Yeah, which we take. Nice. Okay, now we can just go for another recover, survive out. I think like switch Torkoal out and then sack the Urshifu and just go for a third recover. I think that's fine, yeah. One way my opponent could make a cool play here is by doubling up into the Porygon slot, which I actually think is relatively safe to make, but I don't even know if a double up KOs here. Because we're going to be basically at full HP after this second recover. And then I'm just positioning for Hatterene to come out. Plus I'll gain Weather Control after this turn. Okay. Scald into... Yep. Porygon. We do get Burn, so Geyser plus Burn maybe actually knocks us out. But I think it's still fine, because I bring in the Hatterene now. Yeah, they doubled up, which is the correct play. Okay, that's actually enough for a knockout anyway, so I could have just Thunderbolted there, which might have been smarter. But I've stalled out Max now, right? Like, they don't have Max anymore, and I just get to bring in the Hatterene. And this thing, I think, just kind of destroys my opponent's entire team. And they have to play through Confusion as well. It's just that I've stalled out a couple turns in my Trick Room, which isn't super great. But I think because Hatterene is the fastest thing on the field right now, and because Kingdra can't protect, and with Rain being up, I can just close combat into Kingdra and G-Max into the Politoed. I think that's actually a very safe play here. Oops. Close combat. Question is whether I want to go for Confusions, because like Manstorm does set up the terrain. Does Politoed survive with Life Orb? I wouldn't think so. If anything, you'd want to protect here. I'm going to go for Mindstorm, because that sets up the terrain, so then I can just one-shot Porygon. Or not one-shot it, but do a lot to it. Yeah. My opponent's not switching out here, which is interesting. It might have been better to have doubled up onto Politoed. Because... Well, the question is if Politoed protects. But if Politoed protects, I get a huge close combat off against Kingdra. That'll put it in KO range for sure. Maybe Smiting is better, just so that Kingdra, if it survives, doesn't get a guaranteed attack off. But no protects. Okay, that's fine by me. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So Politoed goes down. We get the Psychic Terrain up, and we win the Weather War. So like Torkoal Hatterene gets one more turn of Trick Room as well, so this next round can just Eruption and Mindstorm into Porygon, and that should be a win. And I also get a close combat off. I don't know if this is a knockout, but it's very close. I'll take it. Cool. And I don't even have to worry about accuracy drops because Hat is Dynamaxed. There's Muddy Water. Perfect. We actually want the Urshifu to faint. Now I get to bring in Torkoal. So, yeah, I mean, what was really important here is just knock out Scizor because, like, my opponent didn't have anything for Hat after that, you know? Hatterene's biggest threats are going to be Steel types most of the time. Maybe Ghosts as well, but my opponent ended up having neither of those other than the Scizor. So now I win the Weather War. Winning the Weather War was really important. That's why I was playing passively for a couple of turns, because all I needed to do was stall out the max, and then put myself in this exact position. Okay. So I don't think there's any reason to not Eruption and go for a Mindstorm. Actually, it might be better to KO Kingdra through Protect, right? Yeah, actually the play here is to Yawn and KO Kingdra through Protect. Because I think like Kingdra's gonna probably Protect here. I don't know if Mindstorm plus Eruption KO, so by attacking with Hatterene, this just means I don't have to deal with accuracy drops from Kingdra in the subsequent turn. Yawn is a super safe play here as well. Porygon's pretty much gonna not have any way around that, so yeah, might as well just play safer right now, right? Because it's the last turn of Trick Room, so if you stall that Trick Room, then Kingdra can actually get one more Muddy Water off, and even though the sun is up, Torkoal Special Defense, not exactly that good, right? So Porygon's going to fall asleep now. It's also confused, so if it doesn't even, might not even just get through this turn, and shouldn't really be able to knock us out right now. I can just, cleanly Protect next turn. Is going to be able to get an attack off. Eerie Impulse, oh wow. I have never seen that before. Okay. But I think that's fine, right? Because now it's the last turn of Max, and I can just go Heat Wave, Mindstorm, and then click Expanding Force in subsequent turns. And you can't even Eerie Impulse into the Hatterene. Yeah, I just opts for Thunderbolt. So Thunderbolt, Eerie Impulse, Trick Room, Recover? Thunderbolt gets paralyzed. But I don't think you can take a Max Mindstorm plus a Expanding Force. Yeah. That's a pretty cool tech, though, I gotta say. I've never seen that before. Yeah, Heat Wave does not knock out, but that's fine. Alright, nice. It's really interesting seeing a Trick Room team without actual, Fake Out or Follow Me, because those are typically the most valued, attacks to set up Trick Room and get support. But this team works, right? Because you have so many oppressive leads. Lilligant+Torkoal, Urshifu. I really want Drapion to come out in this third game, so I'm praying that we get a Rillaboom or a Togekiss in June preview, because if either of those come out, I'm bringing Drapion, even if it's not optimal. It's just these last two matchups, there was very little argument you could even make for bringing Drapion. Because you really want to capitalize it and bring it in matchups where you have super effective damage, right? It also has Taunt, so if your opponent's a really, really slow team... I mean, this team obviously utilizes Trick Room very well, but Taunts, helps out against specific scenarios. I think specifically against Amoonguss, actually, which... I guess in a best of three, if my opponent clowned me with Amoonguss, maybe I could have brought in the Drapion. But we have Torkoal, we have Hatterene. I think it's hard to feel comfortable bringing Amoonguss in that set. So, yeah. At least we featured 5 of the 6 Pokemon already in Lilligant, Torkoal, P2, Hatterene, and Urshifu. Urshifu was actually excellent for us in that last one, right? Didn't need to max it, but it put on so much offensive pressure right from the start. If my opponent leads with that Kingdra, I can, potentially... I was going to say max the Urshifu. I don't know about that, because, max Urshifu's going to hurt. I don't know if it KOs with the Assault Vest, though. Life Orb, maybe. Oh, there's a Togekiss. I mean, this looks very much like the... Wait, is this the exact Porygon 2 team we were just using? Or sorry, not Porygon Z team. Sorry, I kind of mixed up FevZ's Porygon Z team with the Dragalge. Okay, but I will point out that they have a... they have a lot of Pokemon weak to Drapion, so Drapion is coming out in this one. It's just how I enable it. How do I enable it? I've got to respect the Blastoise plus Indeedee combo. Ideally, I get Trick Room up in this game, right? How do they deny Trick Room? It'd be like Porygon plus Togekiss, Porygon plus Indeedee. Part of me just wants to go Lilligant+Torkoal, honestly. I think Drapion under Trick Room looks busted here if I can get it going. I just don't know how easy it is to set it up. Porygon 2 Lilligant is interesting. Because then I pressure with Sleep Powder. Then I got Drapion on the back. And Torkoal? This makes me a little Incin weak, so I don't know about it, but let's try it out. Drapion gets to come out, and I actually want him... Oh, I guess if I max it... yeah. That's the thing I should have thought about. It's not a great max candidate, actually, because it's not getting crits most of the time. You don't even get to take advantage of max ooze for the most part. So I think I needed to make a better team selection here, because not bringing Hatterene or Urshifu means I don't have a great Maxmon. It's Porygon Z and Indeedee. Okay. Wonder if it's Goggles. Wonder if you are Goggles. I don't know. I mean, I want a Trick Room here and Sleep Powder into the Porygon. Yeah, I think I trolled a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. I think, like, one cool mode could have been Lilligant+Torkoal P2 or Hatterene. Alright, whatever. Let's not dwell on that. Let's just Trick Room and Sleep Powder. Because I've got the Sash. Porygon's gonna max always. It's a fire outfit. And like, you could just be expanding Force and Max Strike. Because you get the speed drop, right? But you can only knock out one of two Pokemon. So I either potentially threaten your Porygon by putting it to sleep, or I get Trick Room up. Both which are actually decently, would go out decently for us. But I think I really messed up in my fourth selection. Oh my goodness, wait. We just outspeed and get the Sleep Powder off. Good night, sweet Porygon. Wow, I didn't expect that. Okay. We take those? That's not what I expected at all, but anytime you put a Maxmon to sleep turn 1, that's a good start. Of course it could wake up right now, which is a scary thing. But this is pretty good. I think we sack the Lilligant here. I'm just going to go for Recover. I could switch into Drapion, but if the Porygon Z wakes up and gets a Max Strike off, that's brutal, right? So I'll just leave Storm into the Indeedee, sacrifice it. Getting a sleep on Porygon alone is so good here. And if Porygon takes 3 turns of sleep, this game is over. But my opponent could still win if you get a 1-turn wake up here, because you can Expanding Force Max Strike and maybe pick up a double KO. So let's see if he stays asleep for another turn. I wonder if Max Strike KOs actually. Maybe not. Alright, stays asleep. That's so good for us. That's so good. Yeah, so I'm gonna just bring out Drapion now. Or sorry, Torkoal. The problem is that my opponent is gonna Max Strike into Torkoal here. So it might be valuable to actually click Protect. Yeah, because Max Strike will one-shot us, which is scary. So I like the idea of recover. Oh, I could ally switch actually. That'd be really cheeky. I just don't want to bank on a 3-turn sleep coming out from Porygon. Don't want to bank on a 3-turn sleep. I don't know. If I recover Protect this turn, then I can just Heat Wave next turn. Yeah, that seems okay to me, honestly. And if Porygon Z stays asleep this turn, you don't get any damage off. I could just even click the Eruption button. So I'm going to play it safe for now. Yeah. If Porygon Z takes 3 turns of sleep, that's very lucky. Hitting a sleep powder and then 3 turns sleep, but we take those. Okay, so another expanding force. I don't know. I just like, once again, Drapion I think is so good here, but I cannot afford to just lose it immediately to a Max Strike. Alright, Porygon does wake up. I love that you can see the eyes just like slowly open up. Oh wow, Max Strike into Porygon. Nice play. I don't mind that though, right? Because now I can just go into... Oh, unless it's Sash on Indeedee, which it probably is. Wow, that was a great play by my opponent. They hard read into it. Maybe I should have just attacked. I don't know. Although I think Eruption one-shots Porygon, actually. I'd be surprised if it survived, quite frankly. He's not Life Orb either. Huh. I just realized that. You know what I can do? I can max Ooze for special attack increases on Torkoal. Yeah, I think I'm just going to max Ooze and Eruption here. I don't get the first special attack boost, but that's fine. Well, we brought Drapion out, but I don't think I utilized it super well, quite frankly. For how well this early game was, maybe, I don't know, last turn maybe was kind of a throw. Really impressive of them to read into the Protect there. Yeah, and I don't know, I was like, what? That was the worst case scenario, and maybe that wasn't good enough. I don't know. If I go for the Eruption there... The thing is, if I lose Torkoal, like, P2 doesn't have any offense, right? Alright, Max Drapion, baby. So let's see how bulky the Porygon is. Can it survive an Eruption? I don't think so. Protect? Alright, just follow me. I mean, if it's a double KO here, I think we win the game. Also, if you're not sashed on Indeedee, I think this is also a KO. Oh, we're good. Okay, nice. So it KOs Porygon. So, yep, we get a Max Ooze to power the Torkoal even more. Got a couple of turns of Trick Room left. And now Drapion puts on pressure against Rillaboom and Togekiss. Blastoise in the back. I don't think it's that scary. It's just that there is Fake Out, like, so you could Fake Out and then Protect, and then there's Trick Room. Just gone. So it's still not over yet, actually. There's Rillaboom, though. We want to see that Pokemon. That's excellent. Togekiss! Let's go, Drapion! Oh! Let's go. This is why we got you in the game, man. I think Drapion just cleans this up, honestly. Let's be sure. There's only one turn of Trick Room left. Max Ooze. I think Ooze into Rillaboom. And just Eruption. Or, yeah, Heat Wave here is fine. Those are, like, the perfect 2 Pokemon to see in the back. Ah, very nice. Very nice. Alright, talk about a couple of good wins. Well, I got to feature everything I wanted to with this team in Drapion, Lilligant, Torkoal. I mean, all the Pokemon came out. I don't think I played exceptionally well. This first game I was surprised by. I just want to double check Lilligant's speed relative to Porygon, because I was kind of surprised we just outsped. I'm really curious on the item on the Porygon there as well. Part of me was like, is it a Soul Vest? Yeah, so Porygon is... Do we speed tie, actually? Lilligant's base 90. I thought Porygon was faster. Oh, no, it's 90. Yeah, it was a speed tie turn 1. I mean, that alone was huge. So, yeah, we got very lucky in this third game. I don't think my game plan was very good. Lilligant+Torkoal, I think, is a better lead, probably, against what my opponent had. So, but I just really wanted to bring Drapion, and I was like, how do I enable Drapion best, set up Trick Room, and then maybe go from there. So it ended up working out, but I don't know if it was super clean. Like, I think, like, Game 2 was probably the cleanest games out of all of them today. Game 1, we got a little bit lucky. I don't know if that actually really ended up mattering, but I don't know if I, like, feel like I played that super well either. And then this one, I just really wanted to hard bring Drapion. And in the end, it was critical, right? Because, like, I pinned my opponent with Drapion+Torkoal, give the special attack boost, then Drapion actually probably still, like, one-shots both the Togekiss and the Rillaboom, given that, yeah, like, it's just such a strong attacker. So, yeah. happy to feature a little bit of everything. Once again, huge thank you to Geovanni for providing this team. You can find him linked in the description below. Huge congrats to him for making it to the finals of the Players Cup. Once again, you can tune into that on Pokemon's Twitch and YouTube channel next weekend. So not this Saturday and Sunday, but the subsequent one. I'll do a reminder for you guys once that is coming up, because I am commentating that tournament. And yeah, you guys should tune in because it's basically like the Worlds for the summer. So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much as always for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Don't forget to let me know about the question of the day. What do you think about Drapion? And I'll see you guys soon. All right. Peace.